Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Extinct Bricks Originals. And for this very special episode, we'll be featuring a tutorial video on the LEGO custom Becklespinax from Jurassic World Chaos Theory in collaboration with Ibitoy Universe. And here's the tutorial.
And here's the plan so far for our Becklespinax. There's just too little information or reference that I have, but based on that, I think the size of the Becklespinax will be somewhat close to this one that we have. It could be slightly larger than our concavenator over here, because based on this particular photo, it seems that it's grabbing the person or an adult person away from the truck, and just see how big it is. So I think it's around this size, around an Allosaurus size, and that's what we're going for. And here's the actual plan for that. So we'll have the sail from the Dimetrodon, and then of course we'll have the body of the probably a baryonyx over here, and then the head of this what do you call this, a medium-sized Dominus Rex. I think it's perfect size for it. So yeah, so let's do kit bashing. And finally, we're making a Becklespinax, and I already made some modifications and kit bashing on some parts. This is mainly the baryonyx body. As you can see here, I used the T-Rex arms over here and made modifications to it, so the arms or the wrist face inwards. Also made modifications to the torso so that it looks a bit more chunkier than the usual. Of course, placed in the sail. This is just a mock-up of the sail. We don't know yet how it's gonna end up. Of course, I made modifications also to the legs because I used the feet of the legs on the other figure that I made, so I'm doing that. I also lost the tail, so I had to recreate another. So this is from Indominus or Indoraptor, and then a different tail from another figure. And then of course I used this one as the head, and also made the neck here a little bit thicker than the usual. So here I'm trying to sculpt the details on the head of the Becklespinax based on, well, a few photos that I got from the Mattel figure. Also some screenshots of the Becklespinax. But actually, I was doing this prior May 24th, so if there would be some inconsistencies, then I definitely will be making adjustments later on. And here's the finished sculpt of our Becklespinax. We will still have to need to put the spikes there on the neck area, but that would be once the clay has already been cured. And you can see here that I also sculpted the back sail on the creature, and of course finished the sculpting on the head. And here is our Becklespinax after we have primered it. Now it's time for us to do some serious painting on this particular custom. So we primered our Becklespinax here with initially gray, and I lightly brushed over white acrylic so that we can prepare it for the next step, which would be providing colors on the Becklespinax. And what we will be using here would be, of course, some water, different sizes of brushes, acrylics over there. Of course, we would need a reference, yes, of course, for the Becklespinax, and also a hairdryer just to hasten up the process. So the first color that we'll be applying to the creature would be this moss green light color, and this is actually a combination of yellow ochre, black, and just a little bit of green. And you can see here that it does have that moss-like color to it, and I'm really liking how it looks like. But let's see, maybe it darkens up, or it would be much darker than I haven't anticipated. Then we will have to adjust the colors later on by adding, lighter yellow probably. So we're going to build a color just to have that opacity that we like. Maybe 2 or 3 more layers to this particular paint. And now that we've laid down the greens on the entire body, we're going to add in the lightest colors would be those that would be on the lower jaw. This would be also the same colors that will be placed on the lower sections of the neck of our Becklespinax. And this is just a combination of unbleached titanium and the same colors that we have here, so that it's not too far away from the color scheme, so somehow it ties up the colors still. So there's a tiny hint of green on this whitish part, or this lighter part of the figure, like so. We're just going to do that until the end of the tail, because apparently in the figure, or in the metal figure, this coloration ends actually up until here, but in reality, or in the series where I got some snippets of the Becklespinax, this actually extends until the end of the tail. So we're going to do that in this case. So the next primary color would be this combination of black, burnt sienna, and a little bit of the green that we had earlier, and we just combine them, and we're going to paint the sail, the top areas of the head. Just going to do that here and here, and also we're going to use this same paint on the arms of our Becklespinax.
Here are the winners for Guesses PC contest with 10 lucky picks. Here they are: Alpha Tyrannosaurus Rex, user SL9, Gavin Keltercina, Senso Ariel Carganilla, Edward Ho, Somniosus Microcephalus, Victor Gabriel, user TL9, Keanu Standler, and Sasani Menos. Congratulations everyone of our top 10 winners.
Top 10.
Zakai B,
Top 9.
Kurasai Mon Mostaho,
Top 8.
Javian Robertson, Knuckle
Top
Silver,
7.
Echidna Pirate,
Top
Kaiji
6.
Bricks, Christian,
Top 5. Top
Emma
4.
Spinosaurus,
Top 3.
Prehistoric Life, Colton
Top
Todd,
2.
and Cretaceous Bricks.
Top
Congratulations
4.
everyone, and I'll see you in the next Guesses PC contest. For those of you who'd like to join, here's how. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and pull you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. On the homepage, just click on the community link to see all our posts.
All of the arms. Like so. Deep. Made the nostrils a bit angrier, and then of course the brows made it just stronger also. So as I was progressing with the paint on our Becklespinax, I realized that I haven't got enough references to actually paint it. So I waited for a few days until I get, at least a video clip, a clear video clip of the Becklespinax, and I noticed that there would be additional changes that I need to include on our Becklespinax, such as making the teeth longer on the upper jaw, having a little bit of what do you call this, brows on the Becklespinax, of course, a little bit of jaw power here, and I also removed the tall spines or spikes on the tail area, as you can see here, and I also made slight changes on the neck also. As you can see here, I added a small burlap here on the lower side of the neck, so it looks a bit more thicker, and also has a flap over there. And yeah, so I recolored everything here so that it's not all brown, and I also painted here where I also added some clay on it. Yeah, so now we're just going to add in some more details. Right, so here we added a little bit of unbleached titanium on the greens that we had on earlier, and we're just going to dab in this particular color on the topmost portions where the light would actually touch the body. So we're going to do probably 1 or 2 coats over this, depending on how light you would like the figure or the overall figure to look like. This is also where you may want to venture at covering some of the imperfections on your sculpt, so you can actually do this as well. And now that that's done, we have here a mixture of white and unbleached titanium, and we're going to paint on the lower jaw and the lower sections also of our Becklespinax. Earlier we had painted a much yellow color to this one, but since I watched the show, or at least the clip, it does have a more white color to it. So we're just going to paint that on the creature instead. The next color would be this much darker green, wherein we actually mixed yellow ochre with black, where we had the black a little bit heavier than the usual, so you can see that it almost looks like army green fatigue coloration. So we're just going to paint that on the lower half of the legs, right and left, and we're also going to use this particular coloration for details on where the browns would actually meet the lighter greens. So it's going to serve as a transition color as well. And now for some pop-up color. So this is a mixture of brilliant red and a little bit of the greens that we had on earlier, so it actually dampens the brightness of the red. Now we're going to paint this on the head area. We're going to paint everything, meaning the top portion, and also the sides, and even the upper sections of the lower jaw. Maybe 2 or 3 coats would be enough to cover everything on the Becklespinax. Alright, so here we mixed a brighter set of red coloration, and we're just going to somehow dab this on the center part of the head. I know it's not very visible at the moment, but trust me, it will make a ton of difference in terms of the dimensions on the head of the figure. So it is important that you just don't paint it just one set of red. You create diversity and also some depthness when you create several tones of colors. Alright, now so we paint the details on the head of our Becklespinax, and this is just a mixture of the red colors, would you believe it, the red colors and black. So we're going heavy on the black here, but technically it's like dark red brown color, so I want that richness to still seep through the dark colors, so that is why we actually used red for it. And we're going to paint this on the brows of the figure, right? And this actually extends towards the nostril, like so. And we're just going to do that on the other side as well. We're also going to paint some details on and around the head of the Becklespinax. So here's what we did on this side of the head. I think it's all good. We just need to darken up a few areas and repeat the same thing on the other side. Alright, so now we have here a darker red, and we're just going to dab in small what do you call those, scale details, I believe, on the top portions of our Becklespinax. And we're also going to create dimensions on the face, also using this darker coloration of red. I'm sorry for the out of focus. And for the last of the details, this is just a mixture of the browns that we had on earlier, and also a little bit of yellow ochre and some white, which creates this light mocha coloration. And we're going to paint this on the in between the sail, or those spines on our Becklespinax. And that should actually make our one of the last of the details that we need to include in this figure. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this particular video. That would be the end of our tutorial, but we will see you again in part 2 of our Becklespinax, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you on the next, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Also, please do not forget to support our other channels, Ibito Universe, The Adventures of Moira and Asher, and Tito Mike's Kitchen. Please watch their videos and support their channel by subscribing, guys. And as we always would say, let your inner Dino Brick roar! Thanks everyone, and bye! Roar!